standing in the city of Speyer, also known as the Yidden as Aspira. We find it in the Kinnis, we find it a few times. It's one of the three Kehillas that make up the acronym of Shum. Like we'll speak about in a different time, the Kalonymus from Shum. Shum is Speyer, Vermeisa, and Magenza. Now, as we discussed in the previous video, in 1086 there was a pogrom in Mayans, and before the First Crusade, and a lot of Jews moved from Magenza to Speyer. Now the Archbishop of Speyer invited them to come here, and he gave them a very good conditions, privileges that he gave them, a list of privileges. Now these privileges that he gave them was unlike other places, because the Jews were not confined to a certain ghetto. They were able to live even outside the ghetto, although they tended to live in one certain place. Now it's not exactly where we're standing over here right now. That was called the Speyer, which nothing is left of it. The Jews moved over here to this area, and they built a shul in 1104. Now, the Jews that came here were basically from the family of Kalonymus. The family of Kalonymus, as we discussed in the other video, they were the ones that basically survived the First Crusade. Because, as we discussed before, in 1096, the communities of Volumes and the community of Magenza was completely wiped out. In Speyer, although there was an effort by Count Michael to do the same thing he did in the other towns, the Archbishop stood up for the rights for the Jews, and they basically survived it except for 10 men and 1 woman that were killed, that were on the street, and they were killed by the mob. In the Second Crusade in 1146, they also basically survived the crusade. Now, one of the main rabbis that worked over here should be noted. He was called Rabbi Yitchak ben Usha, or is known as an acronym as the Riva, Rabbi Yitchak ben Asher. Now, he held a yeshiva. He was a Talmud of Rashi. We already spoke about the Ravan Rabbi ben Nusson. He was also from the first Rishonim. He held a yeshiva here in Speyer. One of the other big people to mention over here would be the family of the Reb Shmuel ben Kalonymus Hachassid. Also, the Mashal calls him Hachassid Hakodesh v'Hanovid, the pious one, the holy one, and the prophet. He was the Miyazdim from the Chasiday Ashkenaz, together with his son Rabbi Yehuda Hachassid, which moved from here eventually to Regensburg.